It is time once again for Let's Play Golden Sun, The Lost Age. I'm Nye, and I need another entry line, and Nixu's here agreeing with me.
Berg.
So as I said last episode, the game does not tell us where to go from here. You're sort of meant to want to go after Piers when he heads into Gondwans. You're supposed to chase him. But even if you're not the type of person who would go help Piers, there's also the fact that there's nowhere else to go. We've kind of explored Oceania to its limits. You know, we've been everywhere. There's nothing over there. The only place we haven't really explored much is to the west. Conveniently, that's towards Gondor. Last time we were here on these cliffs, we had to stop going anywhere because we couldn't go anywhere. We had to stop right about here. Now, we can actually continue. Now, if you mind read this dog, he tells you to dig right here on this circular patch in the ground, which is a hint for Scoop. And now we can actually start exploring the cliffs. Now, admittedly, there isn't much to explore. The cliffs is a really easy place, very linear. There isn't actually much to do here. You just kind of follow it along, and that's about it. There's a couple of good items you'll get over here. There's a gin right there, which we were going to go catch in a few moments. But, you know, that's about it. There are the red and green mushrooms, however, and those are actually kind of important. Right now, we can only access one of them.
Wow, if the Wyvern chick is an actual, decent mob to be fought alone, I'm worried about what happens when we have to fight the actual Wyvern.
Yeah, the Weaver chick is actually, it's a pretty powerful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you get them mobbed. We're actually going to start fighting mobs from about this point onwards, especially in the next major dungeon, that are kind of powerful. Actually, the next major dungeon includes at least 2 mobs that I'm actively afraid of wiping parties.
Of note, how far into the game were you when you got your 4th party member in Golden Sun 1?
Not far, actually. Certainly much earlier than this. The 4th party member is Mia. And, now remember, she's an optional party member for quite some time. You can get a very long ways into the game without ever getting Mia. In fact, Nix, you yourself commented on this fact, because that's where the Frost Gem comes from. The fact that you can get that far without ever needing Mia. So it's, you know, it's a possible thing. But, usually you'll get her... Usually you get her at about the 2nd major dungeon. Now, I mean, in this game, it really kind of depends on what you're going to call a major dungeon. But we've been through that first temple. We've been through the desert. We did Ayers Rock. And I wouldn't even say it's the 2nd major dungeon. I mean, the Jupiter Lighthouse in Golden Sun 1 really is the first major dungeon. It's gonna really suck.
Oh no, he's angry. Yep.
I love that effect. Okay, let's kill this guy. So just like Pokemon, you always want to make sure that with your Jin, when you're picking them up, that you drop a sleep or stun effect to make sure they can't run. Kindle is actually a very cool, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a cool Jin. He ups all your party members' damage.
He's a cool guy and doesn't afraid of anything.
Pretty much. That's not my favorite. Ground is still my favorite, but... Okay, let's go and pick up... Go away, Wyvern Chick. Yeah, it does a decent amount of damage. Let's go pick up this mushroom, which we won't use for a while. And technically we don't even want the red one. We want the green one. But the red one has its own reward too. Yet another puzzle we can puddle. It's yet another puddle puzzle that we can't do anything about. Let's go do our balancing act. See, now I'm wondering, is it that each of them balance one after the other across this rope, or is it that Shiba, being a Pierrot, juggles the other two as she balances across the rope?
You know, I think I know why Felix walks with his right leg kind of hanging off. Because the cape works as a counterweight.
But that just means he's hopping along on that rope. Welcome to Gondwana.
Gondwana land.
Okay, so we're going to pick up another Jin.
Should probably heal your party.
Probably
as well.
should, yeah. So being able to see the village up there means that that is our landmark to find this next Jin. By the way, this is where we start seeing enemies all the freaking time. You're already starting to see it. The enemy rate, spawn rate on this landmass is just ridiculously high.
Ooh, you just became a knight.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's a knight because he has two of these. If you drop, that's what he is if he has two, Earth Jin. So he's been a knight for a while. I just tend to speed through the level up events, so you probably didn't see it. Now our next Jin is going to be right down here. In this forest. Wow, that was fast. For those of you keeping score, we have a lot more water Jin than we have anything else. And we just learned Sleep Card. Is this Sour? No, Chill. Do we already have Sour? Yeah, we already have Sour. Let's give Chill to someone who can actually use it. Oh yeah, I checked, Nix. We won't be getting the Necronomicon for a while.
Oh yeah, no. Not for a long
time. That's after
time.
the Jupiter Lighthouse. This is actually the enemy type I was talking about, the other werewolf. Wow, that did a considerable amount of damage. Let's see if we can figure out what type of, Nope, couldn't get Felix to attack, so I couldn't see if it was weak to Earth. Okay. Here's the first village on the Gondwana continent, Naribwe. And if you can listen to the music, you can tell exactly where we're supposed to be.
Zimbabwe?
I was just gonna... Oh, Thorn Crown. Yes, this is what I want. Oh, I never used that apple either. Thorn Crown gives boosted defense and boosted attack. So, of course, Felix, being the one who usually attacks, gets it. It's just a very tribal-sounding music. So, given that and the name of the place, the huts, the style of to rearrange some of this. I have just a game ticket just sitting in his inventory. I have 2 medals, and she has 2 medals, so I should probably give them all to her. Just based on all the surroundings of this area, you can pretty accurately guess exactly where we're supposed to be. He has the Synergy Rod, which... upgrade the Blow Mace with that. Look, it's another game ticket. But he's got very little else. He's got a Battle Rapier, which is actually better than the Hypno Sword, but I think I'm going to hold out on that. And he has, I don't remember if we saw it earlier, he has the Safety Boots, which is the remade Turtle Boots from last game. Raised defense, but lowers speed. It's just not worth it. Speed is so useful in this game. Already upgrading off the Adept's Robes, which we got, what, last episode? No! 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 It's actually rather impressive that full metal vest that we got just all that time ago is still better than items we're getting now. We got the full metal vest on the Deccan Plateau prior to entering Madra. That is a long freaking time ago. Let's see. Now we need to go up here. And then we get to go see one of the most amusing NPCs this game has to offer. Out of a list of amusing NPCs. This is the only problem with making Sheba your Puro. You gotta undo all of her stuff every time you need to use Whirlwind. Let's see, there's 6 of them. They're in a circle with something in the middle. Unicorn Ring cures poison. Useful stuff. Okay, let's go take a look at the, this town's witch doctor. Otherwise known as the Teller of Fortunes. You can give him any item in your inventory, and he will tell you something. Like, for instance, if we ask him to look at the lucky metal, oh, it costs 20 coins every time you do this. Not as if it really matters for us. We have so much money. He does a quick little event thing.
Well, you can welcome dance.
Yep. This is the actual fortune that actually means something. You got to listen to the sacred voices, yada yada yada. You can do this with any item you like. As I said, it doesn't really matter. I think his response is actually random as opposed to depending on the item. There are some unique items he'll actually respond to, though. Path for you to follow, sacred icon, listen to voices, yada yada. Okay, it's now time for us to go play Splinter Cell.
What?
Well, watch when we actually get there. Oh, it's the Wolfkin Club.
Bit of a rebel, you know. It's got blue nail polish.
Mm-hmm. Wearing jeans. Okay. This is the Kibombo Mountains. When you get to a certain point on here, namely here, small cutscene. The Strange One. 2 guesses as to who that is.
Blue hair guy!
Which one? There's several.
The important one that we're looking for.
Akafubu. So, apparently, Piers went through here, knocked out some guards, and now the guards are on watch for anybody else coming through. If you're spotted, you're pushed directly out. And then they shake your heads at you. So we have to play Splinter Cell. And what I mean by that is we have to take a circuitous route all the way around these guys in order to pass this area.
You know what? No, it's not Splinter Cell. No. It's trying to get into the Hyrule Castle in Ocarina of Time.
This is also very true.
The
thing is, that minigame actually happens in this game. You do that whole, you know, hide from patrolling enemies. At least it happened in the last game. I can't remember if this game happened. No, but this is Splinter Cell, because you go above and around behind the enemies, just like this. And there are some times when you actively hide behind blocks so they can't see you.
In a cardboard box?
I'll put an enemy into a wooden box in a minute. Look, watch. He cannot see this box moving. See? Total Splinter Cell moment. Now he can't see me. Line of sight. Ooh, we got the Disc Axe. This is a direct upgrade for Felix. Rather large upgrade, too. Oh, I forgot something. There's another shortcut that I need to set. Power Drive is actually pretty good. It's actually a really good unleash. There we go. Okay, the guy on the right is an assassin. If he actually hits you, it's almost a guaranteed chance of poison. The pixies usually only take about 1 hit before they go down. Maybe 2. They are extremely weak enemies. Okay. I said I was going to drop a box on a guard's head. I was not kidding. This is the guard.
Oh boy.
Now you can pass this area without doing this, but you can't get what's in that chest. So all you do is this. You just gotta make sure to time it right.
I'm surprised that the other guards don't, like, react to...
No other guards can hear him.
He's in a box.
Exactly, he's muffled.
You have to have line of sight to communicate to people.
Exactly. Hey look, it's a little dog, who, if it sees me, will make a big ruckus and cause problems. But I don't want
See,
it to be stuck on the bottom side of this pillar, because there's a box over there that I want.
you want it to be right in the middle.
It actually does not work. I tried it.
You're a horrible person for trying to squish the dog.
No, I wasn't trying to squish the dog. I accidentally dropped it that exact moment. Like, unlike most synergy powers, time didn't stop in that case when I did it. And he just squishes off to the side. Luckily, it went to the upper side, which is the one I want. Now, you gotta time this right, because as he's running to the bottom, the game still thinks he's in the bottom section. Let's see, where is it? Trimmer. And because he's in the bottom section, he'll keep on running down there until his pathing would have him in the top section again. Once he gets the bone, he's good. We're not going to go into that doorway to the left.
Because there's a guard on the other stand staring right at it?
No, because I think you get spotted from inside the next room. Two pixies. Oh no, Felix can't use any more synergy for the turn. Oh well. Well, if it had actually hit. No, we don't want to use retreat. Okay. That's actually the first sleep spell we've had since Golden Sun 1 that actually worked. On us. That I remember.
Yep. Yep.
There goes Felix and Jenna, sleeping on the job. Hey guard, how's it going? Just gonna keep on walking past you. And I'm not even bothering with this.
Not even?
Not even. We have the flame card now as Sheba. I do find that it's kind of lackluster compared to Juggle though. And we should be getting the second tier of Juggle pretty soon anyways. And that's us pretty much through the Kibombo Mountains. There's a Djinn up above that we cannot access yet. Now that we're on this side of the Kibombo Mountains, nobody cares that we're on this side anymore. We're assumed to have always been here. And it gets dark, because it is night. And we are now in Kibombo itself. This is where we're going to pause for a second, because the next area is going to take up an entire episode, and it is one of the dungeons I hate the most in this entire game. We'll see you guys then.